Hi guys, Summer of Dough Challenge continues, and today we're going to talk about the concept of starting empty. It reads as follows. Assumptions, preconceived ideas, bias, these are all things that conspire against your ability to listen and to truly hear and see things for what they are, to see and hear without judgment, attachment, or prejudice. When researching, be aware of the forms of cognitive bias and the ways that they can influence your thinking, the questions you ask, and how you interpret what you hear. Bias is any process at any stage of interference which tends to produce results or conclusions that differ systematically from the truth. This is a quote from David Sackett, American and Canadian physician, from 1979. According to Teo Chung Ching's 2016 article, types of cognitive biases you need to be aware of as a researcher. There are 3 forms of cognitive bias you should be aware of that can skew the findings and decision making on any project at any stage. First one is confirmation bias, referencing only those perspectives that fuel our pre-existing views, while at the same time ignoring or dismissing ideas that threaten our own worldview. We tend to filter out feedback that does not support our assumptions. One way to check your bias is to take the opposite side and make a case for it. Second bias is groupthink or bandwagon effect. We desire to maintain harmony and avoid conflict between members of the group by agreeing with decisions that may not align with the correct answer. One remedy is to avoid stating your preferences or expectations. Assign one person to question or challenge assumptions as the default position. And then the third is clustering illusion and reporting bias. Happens when we look for patterns in a pool of random data. The remedy is to increase the sample size and weigh evidence equally, not just the elements that confirm your beliefs and assumptions. So what happens a lot here is we tend to, as the human condition, we tend to be comfortable with things that are already familiar to us, right? So we create biases, and what we tend to do is only want to stay within our comfort zone, rather than bringing what's considered a beginner's mindset or just a mindset of curiosity. So typically this happens a lot in relationships and communication, whether it's in sales conversations or if it's your coworker and you're trying to build strong productivity and collaboration. A lot of people tend to be offended when someone says something a certain way, or that sounds like it's threatening, or it sounds like it's going to be against them, and that's where the ego kicks in. So bringing in this concept of curiosity, it kind of started on a clean slate. That's why this is called Start Empty. To avoid biases will help you come into the table with more advantages, because you can understand somebody else's worldview rather than make assumptions or start being into this judge mode, judging someone. And that's where the ego kicks in. That's where the communication falls apart, and you could lose a lot of opportunities to build great relationships, develop more business. So really take these concepts into consideration, become aware of these biases where we all could fall victim into doing, and this will help you be more successful in the future with conversations, relationships, and business. So with that, thanks for tuning in, and until next time.